her title of her speech today is Go for the Gold. Her time is 4 to 6 minutes. So go for the gold, Patsy Bellah. Patsy Bellah, go for the gold.
I'm Toastmaster, John Almond, fellow Toastmaster. Yes, I joined Toastmasters a long time ago, and at the time I was selling real estate. A fellow realtor came to me and said, we're starting this new club, and I think you would be interested. It's a Toastmasters club. I had never heard of Toastmasters, had no idea what it was about. But I agreed to go to that first meeting, and I fell in love with it. From then on, I was hooked on Toastmasters. I, for some reason, decided to take the leadership track. I started out, as Ron had said, the bulletin editor. I went on to become every officer in the club. I have served more than once. I soon moved from that small town in Southern California to Dallas, Texas. I found then that one of the best ways to make friends and integrate yourself into a community is to join a Toastmasters club. Of course, I was hooked on Toastmasters anyway, so I joined the club there. Eventually, I came back to Los Angeles. I think that was about 1983, 84, Toastmasters again. And I continued on my leadership track, doing my officers, area governor, division governor, and so forth. I highly recommend for any of you who are new in Toastmasters, get on that track. One of the things I found out was that it was helping me in my career. And that hadn't even been my intention to begin with, but it certainly did. When I first joined Toastmasters, one of my thoughts was that I would give seminars on how to buy real estate, which would help me in my sales career. I never did give one of those seminars. I was always too busy doing something else in Toastmasters, and I was too busy having fun in Toastmasters, and that was the best part. I've got a friend there, Laura Bain, and between us, we did probably 2 or 3 area or division district contests a year, being the chair. I soon found out that I really liked that, and we found that the best way to do it is to get everybody to do a job. That way, we knew how many people were going to be attending, pretty close, and we had everything covered. We didn't have to do anything. We got a chairman or a person to do every other job in running a contest, and we sat back and enjoyed it. We even got a timer. Now, the timer wasn't like this. They had the timer for timing the speeches and so forth. But we had a timer who went around with every chairman and made sure they started their job on time. And if they weren't, they went to the chairman and said, hey, you're supposed to be doing such and such. Laura and I didn't have to do a thing. We soon became known as the B&B team, Bain and Bellah. If you see one of them coming, they said, watch out, turn your back, because they're going to get you to do something. We had a lot of fun. As I said in my introduction, I went on to becoming chairing a regional conference, or at least co-chairing a regional conference. That's a 3-day affair, and we had 3 co-chairs, and I was responsible for the Sergeant-at-Arms part of it, which, believe me, kept me busy for 3 days. I have ended up here in Lompoc now, and of course the first thing I did was to join my Toastmasters club. And I'm so glad I did, and I'm so glad I live in Lompoc, and that I got to join Lompoc Valley Flowers. It is such a good club, and I am very, very proud of all of the members here of what we do. I encourage you again, if you're just starting in your career in Toastmasters, get on the leadership track. I soon found out that I liked being my own boss. And because of the confidence and the skills I had learned in Toastmasters, I was able to start a new business on my own. I knew how to do sales, I knew how to get my customers. I think since that first business in about 1973 or thereabouts, I have run about 4 or 5 different businesses because as one thing would go out, I'd go on to the next thing. Remember, when I first started, we didn't have computers, so that was a whole new thing to get into that. I've enjoyed my Toastmasters career. If by any chance, and I'm not planning to, but if by any chance I do leave Lompoc, I will join another Toastmasters club. And I encourage all of you, get on that leadership track. It will help you in more than one way. In that it gives you confidence, it gives you skills, and it makes a lot of friends for you. And you have a lot of fun. I'm Toastmaster.